Namaskar and good morning friends. Today I am going to tell you about the divisibility rule of 8. Yes, you heard right. Today I am going to discuss the divisibility rule of 8. You might have already learned the divisibility rule of 8, but I would like you to please see my previous video in which I have discussed the divisibility rule for 4. Once you know the divisibility rule of 4, then only you will be able to grab this divisibility rule of 8. Now, in the most of the textbooks that you will see, the divisibility rule of 8 is written as follows. So it is written like this. If a number is divisible, if a number, sorry, it is written like this. If the last three digit, it is written like this. If the last three digit of a number is divisible by 8, then the whole given number is also divisible by 8. Is also divisible by 8. So, what is the meaning of the definition that I wrote here? The definition says, if the last three digit of a number is divisible by 8, then the whole given number is also divisible by 8. For example, if I ask you 2008, is this divisible by 8? So you will say the last three digit, that means 008, that means the digit at the ones place, tens place and the hundred place taken together. If all the three digits at the hundred place, tens place and ones place taken together is divisible by 8. So you will say yes, 8 is divisible by 8, so this is also divisible by 8. But in doing so, every time we have to divide the last three digits. Suppose somebody asks you if 792 is divisible by 8 or not. Then what is the procedure? You have to divide and check. Now if you have to divide and check, then it is not a divisibility rule. Divisibility rule means just by looking at the number. Now in most of the textbooks it is written like this: if the last three digits of a number is divisible by 8, the number is divisible by 8, which is fine, which is correct as well. But I would like to bring your approach in a very different manner. Being an experimental in mathematics, I do so much of experiments, playing here and there with numbers. I just try to keep out finding different patterns, which I will just keep guiding you on my next of the videos. But today I am going to teach you in this video the divisibility rule for 8. Now to learn the divisibility rule of 8, the pre-requirement is to learn the multiplication table of 8 up to 12. To learn the multiplication table of 8 up to 12, that is 12 into 8 is 96. So I have written the table of 8 in front of you, my dear, from 8 into 1 to 8 into 5. Sorry, 8 into 25. 8 into 1 is 8, 8 into 2 is 16, 8 into 3 is 24, 8 into 4 is 32, 8 into 5 is 40, 48, 8 into 7 56, 8 into 8 64, 8 into 9 72, 8 into 10 is 80, 8 into 11 is 88, 8 into 12 is 96, 8 into 13 is 104. From 13, now you will see the table is of 4. 13 into 8 is 104, 13 into 14 into 8 is 112, 15 into 8 is 120. So these numbers comes in the table of 4 but does not comes in the table of 8. You check it out. Say this, let us take any number. After 96, let us check 20. It comes in the table of 4 but does not comes in the table of 8. Let us take 152. So that means if you just look at 52, you will see that 52 comes in the table of 4 but does not comes in the table of 8, which is a very different approach to see the divisibility rule of 8 now. Now I am going to suggest you a very different method. The method is, you have to first look at the last two digit of the number. you have to look at the last two digit of the number. We will divide these numbers into two groups. We will divide these numbers into two groups. One group is that it is divisible by 8. One group is which is divisible by 8. Another group which is divisible by 4 but which is not divisible by 8. See, if I ask you if a number is divisible by 8, whether it is going to be divisible by 4, the answer is yes. 4 is a factor of 8. 4 is a factor of 8. So if a number is divisible by 8, it is but obvious it is also divisible by 4. So we need not to check that part. We will check only if a number is divisible by 8, that's it. If a number is divisible by 8, not 8, then you have to check whether it is divisible by 4 or not. Okay. So you can see the number marked with these orange. Can you see 4, 12, 20, 28, 36? All these numbers are divisible by 4 but not divisible by 8 except this last digit which is 200. Now if I ask you how this is going to repeat, so you will say, sir, after 200 it will become again 208, it will goes on up to 400. Okay, if I ask you, that means for the table of 8, see, for the table of 4 after every 100 it was repeating, for the table of 8 after every 200 it is repeating. Alright, which means if 112 is divided by 8, then 312, that means I will add 200 to this. If 152 is divided, then again I can say that 352 will also be divided, 752 will also be divided. So in that sense, I can guarantee if a number is divisible by 8, then the 100 digit must be an even number. So if you remember the table of 8 up to just 12, 8 is 96, up to 12, everybody knows up to 10, just two more numbers, 11 into 8, 88, 12 into 8, 96. And then I will show you that just in a fraction of 4 to 5 seconds, you can immediately tell whether a particular number is divisible by 8 or not. Okay, then let us see whether what is the 100 digits of these numbers. Can you tell me what will be the 100 digit of these number? The 100 digit of this number will be an even number. Now if a number is divisible by 4 but not by 8, that means all these numbers, the odd values of 4, that means 4 into 1, 4 into 3, 4 into 5, 4 into 7, just looking at the last two digits. So we will have the previous digit has to be an odd number. You can see the previous digit has to be an odd number. So if 104 is divisible, 304 is divisible, 504 is divisible, likewise it keeps on going like this. Alright, it is a quick method. Now let us see. So I am writing a random number in front of you. So 217892. So you know that, can you tell me that 92 is divisible by 8? The answer is no. You have to look at the last three digits. But to look at the last three digits, you have to look in a certain way. The way is, tell me whether 92 is divisible by 8. The answer is no, because 8 into 12 is 96. So 92 is divisible by 4. The answer is yes. So if it is divisible by 4, the previous digit has to be an odd number, but this is an even number, so it is not divisible. So if I ask you, if you've been asked what should be placed in this value so that this number is divisible by 8, so your answer should be this can be 1, this can be 3, this can be 5, this can be 7, this can be 9. All these numbers can fill up in this value so that this number is divisible by 8, or else it will never be divisible by 8. Similarly, if somebody asks you, what about 214756? So you know that 56 is divisible by 8. The answer is yes. So if 56 is divisible, the previous digit has to be an even number, but since 7 is an odd number, so it is not divisible by 8. If somebody asks you what should we replace 7 with, so that this is divisible by 8, so your answer should be, you can replace it by 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Any of these number will work here. Why? Because the first number that is divisible by 8 is 56. 8 into 7 is 56. So next number will repeat after 200, which is 256, 456, 656, 856, and likewise it will keep on repeating the same pattern. Easy? Understood? Let us check two more numbers. So I am writing randomly 21648. So you see that 48 is divisible by 8. So 648 is also divisible by 8 because the previous digit 6 is an even number. But if I write 21644 or 21844, the answer would be no, because 44 is not divisible by 8, but it is divisible by 4, and the previous digit has to be an odd number. So we can replace this 8 by 7 so that this number is divisible by 4. One more very important part, if a number is not divisible by 4, then it can never be divisible by 8 as well. This is a basic logic. So with this I am going to end this session now, and I will just give all these PDF notes to you as well. You can just download it after watching this video. You will have this content with you, and as far as other videos are concerned, I will keep on making all these notes in a PDF manner, and I will just share it with you so that you can have each and everything, understand, you can make notes of it. And with this I am going to end this class. Bye, take care of your health. Goodbye, take care, bye.